Hello, this is Kate Karn, and today we're going to be going over the impact of virtual reality in today's world. Virtual reality is most known for its gaming capabilities, but there's actually more to it. So to start things off, I'm going to explain how I created my banner and my little animation I have here. I used a free app called Pixlr to create both. In this video, I'm going to explain how virtual reality is the future of gaming and the future of the medical field. On this slide, I'm going to be going over the purpose of the impact of virtual reality. Virtual reality has positively impacted the medical field and the way people play video games today. For example, surgeries can be performed from halfway across the world from the actual patient, and virtual reality has created different ways for gamers to play their games. On my first slide, I'm going to explain the two pictures I used. This one, right here, shows a man using virtual reality to construct a virtual world. And then the bottom picture just shows a woman using a virtual reality headset, most likely for gaming. On this slide, I'm going to be going over the effects and impacts of virtual reality. Now, a benefit of virtual reality, again, is for the ability of surgeons to operate on their patients from halfway across the world. It also lets doctors use virtual reality headsets to get a real view inside the human body. Now, letting doctors use virtual reality to operate patients halfway across the world is actually more important than you think. It is very beneficial in situations where someone needs a specific type of surgeon, but they cannot get access to one. Now, if they can't get access to one, a surgeon with the required skills, wherever they are in the world, can put on their virtual reality headset and control the things they need to do to operate on the person. Virtual reality has actually influenced society. As a society, we are used to playing video games with a controller and with a console. But now with virtual reality, it has opened up new ways never seen before to game. And over the course of a couple years, the market of virtual reality has increased significantly, becoming more prevalent in the gaming industry. The graph on the right shows the virtual reality industry revenue from 2017 to the predicted 2026 year. Virtual reality is becoming more and more popular in today's society as we rely on technology more often than not. So this graph exemplifies how virtual reality is becoming more and more popular amongst gamers throughout the world. Next, I'm going to be describing one field other than computer science which virtual reality has impacted. So the one other field that virtual reality has impacted is the health and medical field. Virtual reality allows doctors to get different perspectives and angles of the human body by showing them what it looks like inside the body using a virtual reality headset. Now this picture I have over here to the right shows a doctor using a virtual reality headset to operate on one of his patients. The virtual reality headset allows the doctor to get an up-close perspective of the patient they are working on to make sure they do not mess up on the surgery. I also made a virtual reality survey to see what impact people thought it had on society. It asked how old you are, what your gender is, have you heard of virtual reality before? It then asks you on a scale of 1 to 5 how virtual reality has impacted society, and on a scale of 1 to 5 how virtual reality has impacted your life personally. And then the last question I have is, in 10 words or less, how has virtual reality impacted your life? To make my virtual reality survey, I used an app called Google Forms, and this allowed me to customize my questions to my liking. I then had people answer my survey, which then led me to make my graph. And this graph I made from my Google survey shows the males and females scale of impact of virtual reality on society in their opinion, and the impact of virtual reality on their own personal lives. I was able to get this information into graph form by using my answers from my Google survey, putting them into a Google Sheet, and then using that Google Sheet to make a chart based on the information I wanted to show. To make this video I'm about to show you, I used my personal iPhone to record some of the footage I took of my friend. I then used the YouTube editor to edit the video, and then I published it to YouTube. First, I recorded the interview of my friend with my iPhone. Once I had the footage for that, I acquired the other video footage from online that displays how virtual reality is used by doctors and then for gaming. Once I had all of my videos, I uploaded the interview and added the two other videos in between the interview and what my friend was talking about. Once I had the videos laid perfectly out, I added slide transitions for the video at certain points. And finally, I added a little bit of music for the first 5 seconds of the video. In the video I made, I interviewed my friend to get his input on the impact of virtual reality in the medical field and gaming in general. I just wanted you to describe the importance of the impact of virtual reality in today's world.
So virtual reality, I feel like it can be used in many different ways today in the world. So you have like the professional side of things. So like you can see maybe surgeries being done all from halfway across the world.
Now, with 360-degree 3D reconstructions, we're able to be inside that environment, which is as close to brain surgery as we can actually get.
And then there's also maybe like the fun side of virtual reality, so like gaming, and that's become very developed in like
Next, I'm going to be talking about the technical aspects of virtual reality. So, describe how a user interacts with the innovation. So, a person interacts with virtual reality simply by putting the VR headset on their head and adjusting the straps until it's most comfortable for you. And whatever machine hooked up to the VR headset, either a computer or a video game console, creates the images you see in the headset. Then, depending on what virtual reality headset you have, you'll either be given a controller or the handheld devices that the VR headset came with. This picture I have over here to the right represents a person using a virtual reality headset and virtual reality controllers using a software program to build something. Next, I want to talk about how virtual reality incorporates at least one of the big ideas of either abstraction, algorithms, programming, and/or the internet to accomplish its purpose. It actually took many years for computer programmers to invent and innovate virtual reality to even make possible and make it easier for people to access. It takes extensive programming to get a virtual reality headset to simulate a world around it. And then the next thing I want to talk about is virtual reality's relationship to data. So how does virtual reality consume data as an input, as an output, or transform data in general? It consumes data by taking the info from a computer and then displaying it through the headset. It produces data by displaying the info it gets from the computer to be seen by the person wearing the virtual reality headset. And then it transforms info it gets from the computer or console and turns it into the simulated reality we see. One data privacy concern a VR headset might have is that someone could access your information on your computer if they had access through your headset. This picture on the right shows the data being displayed through the virtual reality headset, and then information stored on a virtual reality headset, like important information, like your health records, could be accessed by hackers depending on the computer they're connected to. And then on my reference page, the most used website I used was virtual reality on wikipedia.org. This provided me with the most ideas and examples to use my website. For more information, click on the link above.